Welcome, welcome, welcome. In the hizzy tonight. I'm early and I'm stoked. It's nice to be early. I got a little more energy. I'm not as tired. It's beautiful. This isn't going to happen a lot, so don't get used to it. But it happened tonight. I'm stoked. Let's see who's here. Bob Ren Uno, Kitty Zway, Alan Gallahue, number 3, Chris Fadala, Oscar in the Hizzy, Darren Troy, Husker, Jeff Gary, Jeff Schultz, Just Mike, Backcracker, David, CJ Yukon. Can I catch up to everybody? Vince Felice, Pat Shigoa, Raiden, Ring the Bell Adventures, Kathy, Big JR, Seth Green. Whew. Run out of breath. Armand, Dan A, Gary Ball, Drew Saval, CJ Yukon, R. Will. Let's go. Dude, this is a good day. It's a good day. We have lots to talk about. We got DJT just trying to go to the moon, and we got to go through that offering they made, but why I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. It could. I think things are still going to move here. We'll go over that. Obviously, we got the massive news. Trump's VP, JD Vance, who, listen, let me just share what I thought of JD Vance all along here. This is me and William. Look at that young guy and that old guy. It's a short. I'm gonna have to make it a little smaller here. Here we go. It's more likely to be JD Vance, who I also really like. You don't like JD Vance? Oh, I thought you'd like him.
I don't know him, but here's my thing. Trump cannot expand his vote amongst women. It's impossible.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing JD.
I hate Tim Scott.
Oh, it won't be Tim Scott. That was 3 months ago,
I
think it's going to be JD Vance or
look, I'm
Tulsi Gabbard.
shirt.
What are the odds? Oh, that's weird. Anyways, 3 months ago, I told you guys, I actually stopped believing he would pick JD because I thought the Senate is in such a toss-up place that he wouldn't want to lose him. And so I did. I started saying Carson, but JD was always my number one pick. He always was the best pick, and we could talk about it tonight. I know some of you disagree, and I'm going to convince you by the end of this live. But guys, in my opinion, the election is over. It was already over after the assassination attempt, but it's really over now because he could not have made a better pick, and I'm going to explain all that now. At least not a better realistic pick. Some people had fantasies of people he'd pick. It's like, that's great. He was never going to pick Thomas Massey. He was never going to pick Vivek. He was never going to pick General Flynn. There was all reasons why none of that made political sense. So just letting you guys know. But JD was always the perfect pick out of everybody who made sense. So let's see what you guys are saying real quick. Alan says he's surprised with JD Vance. Ohio appears solid in the Senate is in play. The Senate was in play. Let me put it that way. It was in play, but now Tester is losing bad in Montana, and with Trump's assassination attempt, all this momentum in the Republican Party, Kari Lake is starting to take over in Arizona. The Senate, I don't think, is in play anymore. I don't think they got to worry at all. And there's some talk that Vivek is going to be the replacement for JD Vance. How awesome would that be if Vivek Ramaswamy becomes a U.S. Senator? That would be dope. So, Obama ad begs for $5 into my intro. Oh, disgusting. That's terrible. But, yeah. You guys are already talking about Vivek. I think Vivek would be better in the cabinet, but he would be a great senator. Charlie, what's up? Killed your Friday. DJT calls today. 19 to 5:30. Bought back in. Used some funds to buy 100. Nice, bro. Finger $6 calls. That's awesome. I'm feeling good, man. I'm not saying it's over in a complacent way. I'm not complacent. Please do not misunderstand that, kiddies. I'm confident. There is a huge difference between complacent and confident, okay? It's not over in the sense that if we don't do anything, then we win. No, of course not. That's not my assumption when I say that. My assumption is we have the foot on the necks and we're going to keep stepping, and we are not stopping. We're going to ride this forward. Listen, it's totally okay to say it's win, but if as long as they don't kill Trump, as long as they don't kill Trump, and as long as that's it, honestly, people are going to show up and win. The assassination attempt guaranteed that people are going to show up to vote pretty much no matter what. So, yeah, I'm glad it's not Rubio too, Raiden. Adventures, he heard he was picking me, but I declined to do the stream. Listen, trust me, I would 100% accept the nomination. It'd be a lot better than streaming. But listen, we all know that's not happening. So, but thank you. That's very sweet. Jordan says you're bummed. They should be. Oh my God, you're funny. You guys are funny, man. Did I see Tucker's response? I did not. I did see something from Tucker, though, I want to share. Where is it? Here it is. Was this his response or was this from earlier? I just saw this right now. So, but he says, every bad person I've met in a lifetime in Washington was aligned against JD Vance. That's all you need to say. All you need to know. So yeah, if he said something different, put it in there. Put it in the chat. You just watched Hillbilly Elegy, says Danielle. Gives so much hope. I know. His story is amazing. His story is amazing. He's pro-crypto. He's pro-family. He's MAGA to the core, guys. And there's all this nonsense out there about, well, he called Trump Hitler, and he said that Trump was bad, and he's a bum, and he's all this stuff. Dude, he said all of that in 2016 before he'd had any time to see Trump as president. In 2020, in an interview, he recanted every negative thing he said about Trump, and he said Trump is the best president of my lifetime. JD Vance said that, and ever since then, JD Vance has been 100% behind Trump. So I'm telling you, there is nothing to worry about with JD. Nothing. Do you guys, I mean, the surprising thing to me is that people don't trust that Trump could make a good decision here. Listen, this is not Trump 2016 when he didn't know what he was doing and he was trusting the Republican Party did know. This is a different Trump. This is Trump after losing in 2020, being pushed out for 4 years into the wilderness and just being ostracized by the political community. Most of the Republicans turned on him. This is a different Trump. This is a bold pick. It's an incredibly bold pick. Vance is only 39 years old. He's only been in the Senate for 2 years, but he's a Marine. He came out of nothing. He pushed himself through Yale. He is a bad mo-effer. This guy should have the wallet from Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction. That's who JD Vance is. And I'm telling you, he's absolutely brilliant. And they don't need him for Ohio. That's not one of the reasons he picked him. There's two main reasons Trump picked him. Two main reasons. Number one, he's 39 years old. And he's proven and tested. This guy's life has been horrific in the early years. He's gone through it. That means he's much more mature for his age than somebody who was raised with a silver spoon in their mouth. He's tested, and at his age, by the time 2028 comes, he'll be 43. He will have the vice presidency under his belt. He will be the perfect person, young, bold, charismatic, and a go-getter. He'll be the perfect person to continue 8 more years of MAGA. It's brilliant. That's number one. Number two, JD Vance guarantees that the Rust Belt, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, the 3 states that the Biden campaign has said is their only chance to victory if they win all 3. This guarantees, and I mean guarantees, Trump's already ahead in all 3 of those states, but this guarantees that Trump will not lose all 3 because this bump he will get from JD Vance will guarantee that at least one of those will go. The Biden campaign's already given up the Sun Belt. They've given up Arizona, Nevada, and North Carolina, Georgia. They've given up on those. They have to get the clean sweep of the Rust Belt, and they will not. I think Trump now gets all 3 of those states, and he gets Minnesota this year. I'm saying that right now. This is such a perfect pick. So, Hero at Large says, I'm in Florida, don't trust Rubio. Listen, nobody should trust Rubio at this point. And I was going to vote for him in 2016. I used to trust Rubio. Big Jar, go back and look at what Kamal said about Joe during their campaign way worse. Exactly. I know all these people are like, oh, it's he's saying that they're going to use it against him in his campaign. Are you serious? You guys really think Teflon Don can be ruined by something a Republican said 6 years ago or 8 years ago and then recanted? You really think that's going to hurt him at all? They probably will run some ads. It won't turn one person. Not one person's opinion will go back on that. So Trump Vance is a great ticket. Sounds badass too. Yeah, Trump Vance. That is a sweet sounding ticket. Here, let's put it on. Listen, Vivek agrees. I believe Vance and Trump Vance will be the most formidable presidential ticket of my lifetime. This is all the right people love this pick. All the right people and all the wrong people hate it. It just shows you exactly what we want to see from it. Alan, welcome to the Basic ASOL. Alan has joined the membership. Thank you, Alan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's a members live on Saturday. If you want to go back and watch it, there'll be another one this week. Appreciate the membership and the support. Thank you so much. Love it. Love it. Love it. Donna, hello, Ace and everyone. So glad JD Vance the VP pick. Can't wait to watch his and Harris's debate. We can have 12 years to fix our country. Amen. Amen. Danielle says he is an underdog like Trump. That's exactly right. The guy came from nothing. Nothing. Fro girl, here for the dialogue. Need to learn more about JD Vance. Absolutely. Let's talk about it. Trump didn't lose a well, you know what I mean. Damn it, Sean. I think you mean bad mama Jeff. I like it. Jeff Niggle, how come the Jan 6 rules aren't being applied to the many celebs and politicians inciting violence against Trump? Canada wants to know. Ha! Jeff, friend, that's not how it works in the United States. In the United States, we are a class system. We're just not officially a class system, but we are a class system. And that system is that once you are a celebrity and vote Democrat, you're never in trouble. That's how it works, unless you really break the rules in a public way. But inciting violence against Republicans is not against the rules if you're a celebrity or a Democrat. It's not. In fact, it's encouraged if you're the media. It's encouraged. It's a stamp of honor. It's a badge of honor. You're supposed to do it. So that's how it works in America. If you're Republican or an outspoken like independent who's a little center right, oh, you are hated in America by the class system. What's fascinating to me is that this recent run right here has the most independently wealthy billionaires I've ever seen jumping onto the Republican side. And I mean that in a good way. Elon Musk, Bill Ackman, these are guys who were not hardcore leftists. They were centrists, probably were voting Democrat for Obama, Hillary, all that. And they're waking up. It's amazing to me. It shows you two things. It shows you how bad the country's been getting, and it also shows you that people can change. And it's an amazing thing. And for me, it's a lot of hope, because if we are actually getting some of the billionaires, the real billionaires that worked hard for their money, that did it the right way, if we're actually getting some of them on our side and starting to give ideas to pour into the country and rebuild the country, this is going to be amazing economy here in a few years as we go through our correction. So very exciting stuff. Pat Ciccio, what is going on? Yes, JR, I was going to talk about that. So let's just jump the gun and do it right now. Another reason this is just an absolutely huge day is, check it out, the Florida documents case with that little weasel, Jack Smith, has been thrown out. Absolutely beautiful. They decided that the special counsel that he was appointed as is unconstitutional, and so they threw out the entire case. That was the one everybody was up in arms against, thought it was going to be the big one. So Georgia's gone, Florida's gone. Guys, I'm on a winning streak. I told all of you that none of this stuff would stick back in March. I had so many people, no, in the Georgia case, they've already had a bunch of people admit that they did wrong. Jenna Ellis admitted she screwed up. She's guilty. Trump's going to get it. Nope. I said, absolutely not. None of this will stick. And look at us. This is all falling apart. Even the case with Judge Merchan and freaking Stormy porn star Daniels. Even that, I think, is about to be thrown out because they are challenging it now based on the Supreme Court choices. So, guys, it's all going away. So now we have a man who survived an assassination and had the most badass after part ever, where he got up, said, fight, 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 gets the epic photo of all time. We have that dude with every legal challenge going against him falling to the wayside. He makes a perfect VP pick. And before all that happened, he was already up in the polls majorly. He was already up in the polls, a 12-point swing from 2020 till now. He would, in a regular election cycle, it already was in the bag, and now all the good stuff's happening on top of it. It's unbelievable. That you cannot, like, if this was a movie, nobody would believe it. Nobody would believe it. They'd say that's too easy. Too much is going and right for him. That would never happen. That's where we're at right now. It's beautiful, beautiful. Danielle, JD receives automatic respect just knowing his story and being odds relatable, and I think young voters attend 100%. Yeah. You're welcome, Jeff. What's up, Dubois? Charlie, already here for the debate. What can be unburned by what has been. Oh my God, JD Kamala is going to be insane. God bless Trump. Amen. Trump is pushing us to get the U.S. back on the gold standard. I believe it. Are we ready for Finger? Yeah, we're ready. We're ready for Finger, GJT, all of it. Jim H says, time for my stock predictions come true like my political calls. Oh my God, I know, right? Listen. How can somebody who's so right about politics have not called, like, be so off on stocks? So there's only got to be, my approach is the same to both. It's data driven, research driven, and just picking the right people to trust. I use the exact same thing for stocks as I use for politics. The thing is I don't think I'm wrong, especially like my biggest ones right now. GTII if Richard gets it turned around, but Finger and DJT I think are still just ready to be springboards to blow up. So guys, I use the same method. By the way, Wolf, holy smokes today. I didn't even see that. Good for it. But listen, something's got to break at some point, right? Something's got to break at some point. I sound like Creepy Joe when I whisper. How dare you? David, it's been reported they're appealing the Florida case, so it's delayed and they have to wait. Yep, it won't. There's no way it happens before the election, that's for sure. Dubois, doing better today, eating herbs and 75 vitamins and minerals, plus steroids, a new pill giving you the munchies. Good for you, Thomas. I hope you're doing better. I didn't just do the power. I kind of did, didn't I? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But, man, come on, man. You know what's going on there? Come on, man. This A's for press secretary. Oh God, that'd be wild. Vince says Trump is going to win New Mexico, Colorado, Illinois, New Hampshire, Virginia, Minnesota, New Jersey. That is quite the call. I think you're right on all of those except Illinois and Colorado. I'm a little skeptical, but the other 5 you put up there I think are very much in play. JD's life insurance for Trump, America first, moves forward regardless. 100%. 100%. Okay, I'll stop whispering. Sorry, I'm amped today. I'm playing good. Is a VP debate a drinking game where you drink when she cackles? You better believe it. We'll figure it out. David Hill, algorithmic trading and fractionalized thin air is compromised stock market. That is absolutely true. And that is the hardest part in making calls on stocks, is that this is, like, I know in politics, I can tell like what the range of manipulation is. So I know like the give and take. I know like when I make a point, I know like how much wiggle room I have. And so I'm very confident when I make a prediction because I kind of know my outs and I kind of know like why I'm making that prediction. Whereas in the stock market, it's just so unpredictable. You can take all the data, you can take everything can be perfect. And yet it can turn just like that. It's not a slow turning machine like politics is. And so at least for me, it's a lot easier to understand where politics is going. Did I watch the YouTube video, 3 Prophets Explain American Solar Quotes? Yeah, I watched it. I watched when the guy calls Trump's assassination. It's pretty wild. Robert De Niro goes crazy. Here in New York could lean reddish. I mean, I'll tell you what about New York. You better believe that New Yorkers loved that the way he bounced back from that assassination attempt. That is New Yorker through and through. So I would be, I'd still be shocked if New York went red, but it's because it's in New Yorkers' blood to have that little FU in them that Trump showed after being shot. I think that definitely won some New York votes. So I wouldn't be surprised if it could get tight after that. A little more stuff I love seeing about JD here. The fact that Karl Rove's upset about Trump picking JD Vance is a great sign. Trump made the right choice, 100%. Neocon Karl Rove on Fox melting down right now. I love it. You know, Karl Rove is one of the absolute worst people in the Republican Party. He's horrible. And so that's what I mean. The right people are pissed about it, and that's what we love. Sherry says Colorado needs a new governor before that happens. Listen, Colorado's a tough nut to crack because Colorado used to be red, and once it turned blue, they cracked down, and they got the Secretary of State in there who's just total Soros funded chick. They got that super blue governor. They made pot legal, like not just like decriminalized. They full on just on every street. Well, listen, libertarians love that too. I don't really care either way, but I will say this. Pot makes you stupid over time if you smoke enough of it. I mean, this is a proven fact that your IQ decreases if you smoke a lot. And I don't care if you smoke a little bit here and there, but if you're a pothead, no bueno. And, you know, as these people get stupider, they get bluer. I'm just saying. Yeah, Trump played golf yesterday. He did. In fact, there's an awesome story. Let me see. Somebody sent it to me. This is so funny. About Trump playing yesterday. All right, so there's a picture of Trump golfing, if you guys can see it, with a little caption there. It says, "I'm the cart boy at Trump Bedminster where Trump played today. He was in high spirits, great. Took time to chat with a lot of staff. Allowed us to follow him for a bit. There was a decently big group with him. Anyway, I was able to watch him putt on the 9th green. He had about a 20-footer with probably 2 feet of break. Sure enough, he drains it and looks at me and goes, 'Difference between me and the shooter is I don't miss.'" That is the most bad. I mean, the legend of Trump just keeps growing. I love this man. I literally do. I actually today, while I was watching the RNC convention, I was listening to each state as they were rattling off the primary delegates. They were devoting each state by state, devoting them to Trump, saying we from blah 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 state. They give a little speech and they say, "We are pleased to give all of our delegates to President Trump, the future." And I was just listening to it because it's super boring to watch, but I'm not gonna lie. Each time they got, these people were fired up. This was not traditional Republicans being like, "Yeah, and hey, George Bush." No, these people, you could feel the emotion in them, how proud they were to just get Trump it. And the crowd was going nuts, and I was getting choked up. There's something about it. Like, guys, we have been through 4 years of nonsense since the last election. It's been 4 years of just being told we're crazy, being told we're liars, having the economy be a joke, just seeing the worst of America running the country. And it's been hard. It's been miserable. And sometimes it felt very hopeless and scary. And some in me was like, the hope level was rising. And I could just feel the energy. And it was just like, oh my God, this is happening. And I'm getting emotional. So not only are we having a big party on election night, I'm going to stay live all night long, I think, until we know where this election's going. But I'm not going to lie. Once it's called, I'm like, I might break down on camera. I might, with some beer in my hand. Randy, Vivek will be appointed to Vance Senate seat after the Trump win. He's from Westchester, Ohio. Ohio governor is Republican. He is Republican, but Mike DeWine is a rhino scumbag. So will he appoint Vivek? The only way he'll appoint Vivek is if he is pressured to do it. Otherwise, he's going to put in he's going to put in a rhino, which sucks. But even rhinos mostly vote red when stuff's happening in the Senate. So, and it's only for 4 years, so we'll survive either way. But I'm telling you that it's DeWine is not the kind of Republican we like. It went downhill fast. Colorado did after the pot. Adventurous Shogun. Seattle turns out to be red because Democratic ruining Seattle. I mean, that would be nuts if Seattle went red. 20-foot putt, yep. They do. They're crypto people, Donna. Thomas, no, pot doesn't make you stupid. I've been smoking it since your Vietnam vet uncle introduced it to me in the 70s. Represented myself when custody of son. Wrote legislature per law amendment. JD. Listen, Thomas, I'm not saying you're stupid. That's not what I was saying. I was just saying that, like, you smoke too much, it can start affecting you. And maybe you had a lot of IQ to spare, so it barely hurt you. This is a true story. One of my best friends in high school, massive genius. Okay, we're talking 170 IQ. 170 IQ. Craziest genius kid I ever knew. Like, this guy, he would read a book on something and we'd be able to talk about like he was an expert the next day. It was unreal. He had a full ride scholarship to UC Davis. Any Californian knows that a full ride scholarship to UC Davis is freaking hard to get, especially if you're a white kid these days, which he was. Full ride. Well, senior year, halfway through the year, he gets into pot, starts smoking all the time, and became his obsession. It's all he cared about. Every time I saw him, high as a kite. Completely went to college, lost his scholarship, just didn't care about it. And as far as I know now, he's working at Burger King. I mean, he just gave it all up. Now, I'm not saying that's the story for everybody. Obviously, it's not, Thomas. Obviously, it's not. There's always exceptions to every rule. But in my lifetime, the vast majority of people who I see get like smoking regular, that's what their life turns into. So, I'm not against smoking a little bit, but it's just like drinking. If you like, I love alcohol. If you drink all the time though, it's going to ruin your life. So, what a great story. Thanks, Hero. Yeah, man, what's up? Sliver says, we've been tortured for 4 years under Bozo Biden. That's an understatement. I mean, obviously, most of us are very blessed. It's America. We've still been very fortunate, the vast majority of us, compared to the rest of the world. So I never, ever want to lose sight of that. But the truth is, yeah, I mean, it's been hard. It's been hard because it has not been anything close. Not even the America I grew up in. I'm not that guy who's like, oh, it has to be like what I was when I was 10, when I had no idea what's going on in the real world and everything's great because I'm a kid. No, that's not what I'm saying. What it is, though, is that like it's not even the same America when I was in my young 30s, late 20s as a grown up. I mean, we've lost so much opportunity. Things are just so insane with when your leaders are appointing mentally handicapped people to positions like that are gross and perverted, and they're running everything like that. I mean, it's extremely, extremely disheartening. So Big Jar says, rumor is Thomas Blazer, Cheech and Chong nachos. Well, in that case, I'm all for it. Let the pot rain. I definitely don't think pot should be illegal or anything, just so you guys all know that. Okay, just saying. Donna's making the trades. Social Watch says, LFG, Trump Vance 2024, love it. Born free, loving, doing good. It is, man. It like things are, we're on a winning streak. Now, don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean crazy stuff's not coming. Absolutely not. It's, I think there's going to be some horrific things that might happen between now and the election. When you have people who are so used to being in power, you know, they let Trump slide in 2016, and they didn't raise a big fuss about it for two reasons. A, they were surprised. They didn't think it'd ever happen. And B, they were like, well, we can still control this guy. They figured they could make deals with him, backroom deals. They figured they could sneak in the right people to cut him off. They figured they could impeach him and get rid of him with the Russia hoax. But here's the deal. None of it worked. And it only made him stronger and more resilient. And now they know he's coming in, and this time he's kicking ass and taking names. It's going to be an entirely different presidency this time. Just think of the difference between Pence and Vance. It's light years difference. It's amazing how big of a difference it is. So the thing is like, we're going to see an entirely different situation this time, and they're terrified of it. They are freaking out, and they know they can't win at this point. They know they cannot win. Also, I just don't think that there will be, I think Biden's staying in now, guys. I really do. And you know why? Because the little bit of hope they have to get things back in the future, they don't want to ruin that now. They don't want to throw Kamala up there and ruin whatever chance she might have later. They have that card they could pull and pull Biden out. But why pull it now? There's like no chance of them winning no matter who they put in. The assassination took care of that. This guy Martyr Made, I don't know if you guys ever listen to his stuff. He puts out some of the best deep dive podcasts on American history and other stuff I've ever heard. Just a brilliant guy. He does a lot of stuff with Jocko Willink, if you know who that is. But he says, after the assassination attempt, I put the chances Democrats replace Biden at 0%. They know Trump will win. Might as well let Biden eat the loss. I think that's true. Now, I don't necessarily agree with his reasoning completely, but there is truth to that. And I think the real reason is that they're just going to let it burn, but they're going to try to ruin a lot of stuff before he gets in. They're going to try to get stuff passed. They're going to blow things up, maybe even the economy. They're going to make it miserable for him to come in and fix it. That's what I think is going to happen. And so just get ready, because it's not all going to be celebration time. There's definitely hard things coming up. We got work to do. And we still got an enemy who's not defeated in this deep state, dark apparatus that runs stuff. But the fact is that we are winning. We are winning, and we are gaining momentum by the day. And that is worth celebrating. It definitely is. Michael Height, not sure if anyone asked me late to this live, what are my feelings Ken Griffin now bankrolling Trump's campaign? Michael, there's no truth to that at all. I researched that after somebody brought that to me. As of right now, Griffin has not given any money to Trump's campaign. The money Griffin gave was to the GoFundMe for the dead firefighter. That's what I've been able to find. And then the second thing is that Griffin did go, I believe 2 or 3 days ago, to meet with Trump and a couple other billionaires to talk to him about potentially donating to him. This is what I think about it. Ken Griffin hates Trump. We know that. Okay, we absolutely know that. He funded DeSantis to take down Trump. He funded Nikki Haley to take down Trump. He's publicly come against Donald Trump many times. Trump has publicly come against Ken Griffin multiple times. But Ken Griffin, big money dude, used to getting whatever he wants with all the money he has. He is going to try to buy Trump or buy some favor with him, because he knows when stuff comes, it's going to be a problem. And so what is he doing? Ken Griffin's a businessman. He's probably trying to make some deals with Trump. Whether or not it happens, we'll see. But I guarantee you this, Trump is not going to cave in to anything Ken Griffin says or does. I just really believe that. So I don't think there's anything to worry about there. If Ken Griffin gives money to him, we'll talk about then. But if it's a little bit of money, it could just really be, I hate Democrats. Maybe Ken Griffin is that guy. He's like, well, I don't like where things are going right now, and Ken Griffin wants to play the long game. But just because somebody donates to a campaign does not mean that that person's under their influence. Trump doesn't need the money. Do you understand? He already has raised more money. He's already broken fundraising records. The dude doesn't need money. He's a billionaire on his own, so he can't be bought. He doesn't need Ken Griffin's money. So if Ken Griffin donates to him, it's because Ken Griffin thinks there's something good that he likes. Ken Griffin's a smart dude. He's going to try to get ahead of things. Okay, if he can't break it, he's going to get ahead of it. And that's what Ken Griffin's doing. I'm not worried about him giving to Trump at all. I've seen too much between them to think that there's any way he actually likes him. Donna, 2 casserole dishes, chicken enchiladas tonight. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Hit the like button if you love nachos. There you go, Danielle. I should have 100 likes here. Let's check in on the likes real quick. Let's see how we're doing. Sometimes it gets a little weak in here. 67 likes out of 160 people watching. What is going on, guys? Come on. Can we get those likes up? Let's see it get up. You guys can do better than that. Let's pump up the likes. Thanks, guys. Thanks for reminding me, Danielle. So grateful to be here. Lassless family brings your presence. Awesome, Thomas. I love it. I'm glad you're here, man. Glad you're feeling better. Avalon. That's right. Do I think Finger's ready to rip? I think Finger has everything it has to go to rip. The problem is it's just not been able to break out yet. The question, and so that the next question is when? I don't know. But listen, another green day. That's good news. The deals are coming in. So eventually we're going to start seeing earnings from all these deals. They should be very positive, hopefully soon. And then the dividend. We're still waiting on the dividend. As far as other than that, I can't say when I'll run. You listen, I used to feel like I had gut feelings on these things. And I don't know if my gut feelings were wrong or right because the manipulation makes it impossible to know. There are a couple times I had a gut feeling about some. They started to run and then they got short-circuited by manipulation. That's the kind of thing you can't judge. And so, and then there's been other times I was just completely wrong. So it's almost impossible to have a true gut feeling about these plays. But what I can tell you is this, is if you just look at the data on Finger has incredible potential, and that potential, everything points to it being fairly soon. So, but when it breaks out, who knows? On the other hand, though, DJT, look at that volume today. Absolutely nuts. And I think it continues. In fact, we got Ham saying, where is it? I got something right here I wanted to pull up. So Ham shared today, I don't own a share of DJT, but the rumor on the street is a major gap up is on the way. Don't know why, but hedge funds are telling people. So he's getting whispers from Wall Street. Maybe this has to be it, he says. We can hope so. We can hope so. Moody, why did Trump say thank you to SS? Was it too early when he put that out to know how badly the SS effed up? No, I think you just have to. I think you just have to say it, even if, they effed up or not. There still are some SS. You got to realize he's been with these people for years. He probably knows most of them personally inside and out at this point. A lot of them, not all of them, obviously, some rotate. But I bet a lot of them he knows personally, and he probably feels they did do their best job and they did protect him. And whoever it was on a couple of them, but it's not on all of them that screwed up. And so, Trump's maintaining that relationship. But they did screw up. I don't even think it was screwed up. I think it was an inside job. There's just no way you miss a rooftop, a shooter. You just don't. Uncle Annie, the problem is if Biden loses, he can run again in 2028. So we got to worry about that. Oh, my God. Andy, that's the joke of the night right there. All right, Alan, have a good night, man. Did anyone buy more DJT at 50s? That would be hard to get in the 50s unless it was before. Jenny L. God bless. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? Dubois says, agree that Trump won't show favors to Kenifer, which is Ken Griffin, regardless of donations. That's how I feel, too. Isn't it KG that has a massive short position DJT? I don't know if that's been tracked, to be honest, damn it. Immortal, I can feel Finger running back to 7, then we head off to 100. I absolutely hope you're right, brother. Check my email. Oh, no. What'd you send me, Mike? You stoner. Oh. Hold on. Let me turn this. Hey, man, what you doing over there? Hey. Actually, you made me Chong. I can't do Chong as well as I can do Cheech. Hey, man, you got some nachos? I want some nachos from Thomas Dubois. If I get the nachos from Thomas Dubois, I'd be like a Coloradan, eh? All right, that's enough of that. Stop it. Kilby, what's going on? It's been a long time no see. Randy, is Finger a growth fundamentals play or a squeeze play? It's both, Randy. And that's what's so magical about Finger. Fundamentally, with the deals this stock has, I mean, it could easily be $100, $200 stock in 5 years, maybe less, maybe 2 years. It has so much incredible potential. And when you compare it to other tech and data stocks like it, it's just epic. So you got that in play, but then the squeeze aspect, it's down, 230 million naked shorts against it. So if it breaks out there, I mean, good Lord, it's easy. In my opinion, it's easy $1,000 plus. It really is. So just crazy. What's Trump doing with Wall Street? At the moment, nothing, but when he gets in, the word is that he's close to Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne's been working with them for the last 4.5 years. And Patrick Byrne has said that Trump told him, hey, I'm going to appoint you SEC chair once I'm elected again. And if that's true and he gets Patrick Byrne in, Patrick Byrne's going to sell the trades he said on day one. He's going right about it. So that would change everything. Did you like that, Dubois? Alan, RNC's cooking 50 cents coming in a few days? No way. That'd be awesome. Yeah, we'll watch some RNC later. In fact, I think because it's a public event, I can actually just check in on it without getting in trouble with YouTube. So who's up right now? Is that Youngkin? That looks like Youngkin. Eric, would I mind explaining why I like Vance? He used to be a Democrat and never Trumper, has a lot of influence from Silicon Valley. Once a never Trumper, always a never Trumper. Thoughts? Absolutely not. Once a never Trumper, always a never Trumper is just not a thing. Think about it. Trump used to be a Democrat. So if that theory held, Trump would not be the MAGA guy he is now, because nobody changes. No, listen, Vance is 39 years old, okay? 39 years old. He grew up Democrat, but in what is it? Was it West Virginia? He grew up in the Appalachians, super poor, where, a lot of those people vote Democrat because they're on welfare programs. So it doesn't mean he's not conservative. The dude has proven track record. He's got a 93% voting record aligned with Heritage Foundation. That's about as right as you can get. So he said a bunch of never Trump stuff in 2016, which is 8 years ago. He's 39 now. He's 31 years old. Come on, 31-year-olds, kind of idiots, right? Like most of them anyways. And even if you're not an idiot, you still say dumb stuff when you're 31. He said it, and he came out in 2020 in an interview with Brett Barry. He recanted everything. They pulled it all up. They said, what about this you said about Trump? What about this? He said, you know what? I said it and I take it back. I don't believe any of that anymore. And he said, Trump is the best president of my lifetime. And ever since then, he's been non-stop supportive of Trump. He's always been behind Trump. He wasn't somebody who was like, go DeSantis and then jump back to Trump. He wasn't somebody who was like, I support Nikki Haley and went back to Trump. He's had Trump's back the entire time. He said the election was a mess. He said he was anti-COVID mandates. The dude has been nothing but solid. So yeah, you can dig up some stuff he said in the past that he's already recanted. But listen, I look at a person's actions, judge actions over words, and his actions say he is all in. And I have no concerns about JD at all. In fact, he's been my number one choice as VP. And so I'm stoked he's in there. I don't have any word on ZJYL, Kilvey. Sorry. That was funny, Vince. Thank you. FJP 2028. What do I think DJT could run to? That is a tough one. DJT has what we think is 700 million naked shorts against it. That's what's been counted by the data pushers we have, and that we have access to. And the thing is if that's true and it has a massive run, it could just go parabolic. I mean, 500 should be easy, 1,000 not hard, and obviously it could go much higher. So yeah, crazy. Mexican says that was a terrible Mexican impersonation. I'm sorry, man. I didn't say it was good. Okay. Good night, Jenny. Thanks for stopping by. God bless you. Moody, you like Heritage Foundation trying to get Prince Harry booted? Yeah, it's great. Get rid of him. Alan, you're watching the Right Side Broadcast. How's Youngkin doing? I miss Tim Scott. Youngkin I'm okay with. I don't think he's a rhino. He's a little center Republican, but he's not my least favorite. Hold on one sec. Good night, guys. Sorry, my kid's movie ended sooner than we thought, so now my wife's left with the kiddos, putting them to bed. But I'll be done. I still have a little bit of time here. You're working on your shill, Jerome. It's all right, man. You're allowed to work on your shill. No worries there. So, but anyways, I don't know how Youngkin's doing. I don't have any issues with Youngkin really, but Ham likes JD as well. Says he's good for the states up north, and in 4 years, 43-year-old president. And that's, what did I say? I said those are the two things that I think is the reason Trump picked him. Hodge twins, who I love, judging by the reaction from rhinos. JD Vance is a good VP pick. Dude's not perfect. At least we won't be funding Ukraine anymore. And that's another thing. He's been absolutely anti-funding any of the wars. He's very America first. So I absolutely love this. Gad Saad, this guy's very smart, very center, maybe even center left, but smart dude. Hates a lot of what's going on in America. If you listen to Rogan, he's on every once in a while. Says best part of having picked JD Vance VP running mate is it provides the movement continuity after Trump's no longer able to serve. This has to be ongoing movement, not a temporary glitch in the evil progressive system. U.S. needs to win the culture wars, which the leftists have been able to completely dominate. Hence, it's a 30, 50-year-long battle for the minds and souls of American people. Roll up your sleeves, and the immortal words of Trump, fight, fight, fight. 100%. 100%. And that's exactly right. It's going to take a lot more for this to go on, to finally be won. So, and then, I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is pretty crazy. This is from Reddit yesterday. JR posted this. This is big. This is Lil JR. Big JR is in the chat right now. This is JR that's on with Not sometimes, but posted this up and says, interesting theory on the assassination attempt. It was an attempt for bad actors to continue colluding and racketeering in securities fraud via illicit naked short selling. Note, Ken Griffin vigorously funded Trump opponent Ron DeSantis, who lost in his campaign attempt. When that failed, Ken Griffin vigorously funded Nikki Haley. Then note BlackRock's involvement with the young and impressionable Thomas Matthew Crooks, the Trump shooter. Remember, he's in a BlackRock commercial directly at Bethel High School. Then note Trump's company CEO, Devin Nunes' letter to the SEC. Then note BlackRock and Citadel's subsequent collaboration to make their own new stock exchange. Note BlackRock traditionally funds left-wing movements. Citadel traditionally funds right-wing movements, so their collaboration comes as mysterious and questionable. Then note Citadel's Ken Griffin met with Donald Trump immediately before he was shot. Based on how the meeting went, Ken Griffin chose to deny funding. So there you go, whoever was saying that Ken Griffin bankrolled him. Okay, this just backs me up on that. Then no BlackRock's proven affiliate Matthew Crooks attempt to kill Trump yesterday. And he says, the shooting was simply an attempt for some to commit it. Anyways, whether this is true or not, there's no way to know. But I would say that the theory is sound, and they definitely would make sense that there's people behind it in on Wall Street. So, Danielle, do I have a prediction for nonstop upward gains with SPY? Keep thinking it make tank, then pumps right back and beyond. Yeah, Danielle, if you've been watching, I don't know how long you've been watching me because I don't recognize you. I feel like I've seen you before, but not often. But anyways, so this is my prediction on the SPY. It is going to continue going up for now. The reason is twofold. A, they believe rate cuts are coming soon. And as long as rate cuts are coming soon, which it does look like September, but there is now chatter they might do it in July in 2 weeks. I doubt that. But if they don't do it in September or in July, I do think it's coming in September, rate cuts. As long as they believe rate cuts are coming, this is going to continue to go up. Now, the other thing is that Trump is winning so strongly that has given the markets stability in their thinking of what's coming. And the markets, more than anything else, They hate a close election where they don't know who's going to be in. And so they're trying to hedge their bets both ways. But this gives the market confidence to go in knowing that they pretty much believe they know who's going to be president. So that is another boost. There's a reason the Dow is up over 200 today. There's a reason these prices were up so much today. It's because the assassination attempt failed. And because the assassination attempt failed, they're like, oh, cool, we know who's going to be in president now. And it just shot up. And so we have this good day. So until those rate cuts come, I think we're going to have a mostly green market. Once the rate cut happens, the shift is going to come within a couple of weeks. So in my opinion right now, we're going to see green, green, green in the markets until September. The rate cut's coming around the 21st. After that rate cut comes, I think October, things start plummeting. That's what I think. Elon says he's committing $45 million per month. Holy smokes, to a PAC to get Trump elected per month. I didn't see that. That's crazy. Joe, no notice. Oh man, love you too, bro. What's up, Janus? Joe W. Grew up in Bethel Park. Wow. Crito, hey, you're late, but any word from GTI? No. The word right now is Richard is point on that. So you're welcome, Daniel. Donna with BlackRock. It's a small world. Yep. No way there are rate cuts. MD, I'm telling you, man. Right now, it's coming. It's coming. I mean, I haven't pulled any of these up yet, but I'll show you how much the market disagrees with you. It's no rate cut July, but the September percentage, I believe, is up to 95%. Yeah, I mean, probability of Fed Reserve rate cut in September rose to 100%. I mean, that can't be right, but it tells you how bullish they are on this. I do believe it's, anyways, if things continue the way they're going, unless there's a pop-up in inflation, we're getting that rate cut. You need Ham's new X address? It's right here. Where'd I put it? Here we go. I'll put it in the chat. It says Ham's new Twitter handle. How much was the DJT offering? Good question. I have actually not had a lot of time to go over that. Let's pull it up. Monkey language. Related to the offering registered July 3rd. It's not new. So there you go. It's just, they're just talking about the offering that already came up on the 3rd. So it's nothing new. So that's not going to affect the stock, in other words. Jerome, it's you. You posted compromising pic of Dolly Parton with Burt Reynolds that got banned. Oh, you talking about Ham? No, he also said, what's his face, could hang in India or something like that. Kilby, do I think there'll be runs in our stocks in the next 84 days before the election? Yes, I actually feel quite confident, especially about DJT. And the other thing is that there's going to be, the closer and closer it gets to the election. For number one, I've always maintained the theory that the trapped shorts, and it's not just a theory, I mean, it's, the data is there. Even like if you go ask ChatGPT about it, about trapped naked shorts, what could happen to them in a market collapse or market crash, and it will come back to you and it'll tell you that there's a high probability of a short squeeze in that. So I maintain that if the stock market starts going down in a major correction or crash in October, yeah, absolutely. I think our stocks run. The other thing is that if the closer and closer it gets to Trump winning, and they know if Patrick Byrne's going to come in and settle the trades, they're going to start cleaning things up ahead of time. Now, they could wait till January, till he's inaugurated, but they might try to get ahead of it before the election. Now, the next thing is there's a lot of pressure on DJT to move before the election, because once Trump's elected, it gets a little shadier if he's collecting a bunch of money through shares here. So the idea is they're really pushing to clean this up before the election. And then just look at the momentum that's pouring in now with all that's going on with Trump. So I think DJT busts before then. And if DJT breaks out, Finger is going to be right behind it because there's a lot of people in both now. A lot of people in both. So yeah, I think there's still a good probability of runs before the election. Are we there yet, Joel? Optics, with due respect, the market's been on a tear long before the events this weekend. I didn't say it was this weekend that made the market go up. That's not what I was saying at all. I was saying that the events of this weekend are one of the main reasons it will continue to go up. That's what I was saying. You're watching Hillbilly Elegy right now, technology? That's awesome. What's up, Nick? What's up, John Croissant? Scott Volkovich? Vivek for Ohio Center? I hope so. Yeah, we don't like Ken Griffin. He's terrible. He's terrible. So hot in Phoenix, I bet. Can I explain the new SEC filing from DJT and After Hours? Yeah, AC, I think I just covered that, but maybe you missed it. The, where is it here? Where did I have that pulled up? Did I exit out? Son of a gun. I hate when I do that too early. It looks like I'm going to have to go... Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Nope, that's the rate cuts. I went back to... All right. Let me just pull up the tweet I just had up. The guy breaking it down. All right. So it's just reiterating the offering from July 3rd. So it's the offering we'd already known of that was coming, and it's just getting ready to be released. So it's nothing new. It's not like they backstabbed us. So we already knew this was coming. You're welcome, AC. Anyways, well, guys, listen, I think I'm going to start heading off. It's not too much new to go over, but listen, I'm watching DJT very closely right now because what happened today was huge. And I honestly don't think this is a one-day thing. I think there's something going on here. But let's watch and see what happens in pre-market to see if it starts gaining its momentum back. But if Ham's right, and there's a lot of talk on Wall Street about it, we could start seeing some big moves here, and I would not be surprised. This is the RNC all week, guys. It would be the perfect week. It would make so much sense for DJT to continue, if not breaking out, just at least climbing and having day after day good days this week. It's perfect. Trump's speech is on Thursday. He let out the VP pick early, so there's just a lot of momentum right now with Trump and everything going on with the Republicans. So I'm very bullish DJT the rest of the week. And so that's what I'm keeping my eye on. Obviously, Finger, everything, if any news comes out there. But the big news is honestly just, guys, it's all starting to work out for us on the political side. It's coming together in just the most amazing way. Thank God President Trump's okay. And we just want to see this momentum come from that. But I feel like there was a shift the last month. If you go back to early July, when it all started to me, actually it was June 27th, with the debate. The debate started this whole Biden stuff and really started pushing Trump forward again. And then you get the Supreme Court doing a bunch of issuances that judgments that helped our country peel back the deep state control of the bureaucracies, and then also protected a lot of the stuff for Trump. So more momentum there. And then this awful assassination attempt misses, and through it, just you see a guy. I've seen so many tweets, people saying like once they saw the courage there, it was like they saw like real masculine leadership energy that we've been so lacking in our country. It's ignited something. It's really galvanized the support and brought a bunch of new support in. And now you get JD Vance, who in my opinion is the absolute best VP pick he could have made. And I'm just so thrilled about this. So it's just coming more after more after more. The word is that Trump's speech on Thursday, he was going to be like, make it like an attack speech after Biden and where America is and turning it around. And now after he got shot at, he's turning it into a unifying speech. I think it might be the best speech of his career. I think we're going to see the best speech of his career, and that's going to be huge too. So I think we got so much good stuff coming. Alan, you came back. All right. Robert says Ken Griffin donated JD Vance in 2022. Now that Trump picked Vance as VP, Griffin's donated $20 million to Republican fundraising committees. Need to check into it better. Well, that's different than just donating to Trump. Listen, you can worry about this. I'm not worried about it. Trump can't be bought. That's been proven. All right. And if JD Vance has an issue back there, we'll see. All I know is that Vance has never voted for anything that supported Wall Street in that way yet. So I have no reason to think that should be an issue. And by the way, Ken Griffin's donated to Republicans since way before Trump. He's donated to the Republican Party for forever. So again, even if it's true, I'm not worried about it at all. I mean, come on, man. Like, we can demonize people, and sometimes it's deserved, but to think like you're not critically thinking here, you're not looking at how Trump has been the last 8 years, and you're not looking at how JD Vance in just 2 years, and even before that, like his background. You think he really feels like he needs Ken Griffin's money right now? The Trump campaign's doing just fine without Ken Griffin's money. I'm not worried about any of this. Vance is no longer running on his own in any way, shape, or form. He was a senator. He had 4 years left, and now he's on the presidential ticket. He's just getting that campaign money in general. That campaign's already funding great, setting records. So I'm not worried about any of that. Listen, we'll see what happens. But as far as I know, if we get to it and Trump's in office and there's no Pat Byrne or somebody else that's awesome coming into the SEC, there's no movement on Wall Street, then we'll talk then. But as of right now, I have no concerns about this whatsoever. Vance is speaking in 5 minutes? Okay, then I should get off. I want to watch it. His VP pick isn't screwing anything up. I don't care about the true social disappointment. A lot of those people thought it was going to be like General Flynn or something crazy. They worked themselves up to think of stuff that doesn't even make sense. And that was never going to happen. And so you set yourself up for disappointment if you don't understand politics. JD Vance is the perfect pick. He's the perfect pick. So, and JD Vance signed the letter with MMTLP. So there you go. There you go. That's a good sign in my opinion. But listen, the future vice president of the country, and I believe maybe the future president of the country is about to speak, and I want to watch it. So God bless you guys. I'm going to sign off and just end in a quick prayer and just tell you guys, I think things are really heading in the right direction. So in major ways, and this momentum is only going to continue. We can't let our foot off the gas, but it's going to continue, and we're going to start winning really soon, in my opinion. So Heavenly Father, thank you for today. Bless everybody here. We pray for wisdom, and God, I thank you for what you're doing in our country, and God, just pray that nobody gives up, and we all keep fighting, and we see it through to the end, no matter how long it takes. Bring justice to our nation, our politics, our markets, and all of it, and just bless everybody here in Jesus' name. Amen. Bless you guys. Thank you. Have a great night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Later.